everyone, in this video we are going to solve for a using the distance formula. This is the second part. I will put the link of the first part in the description box below. Given 2 points x sub 1, y sub 1 and x sub 2, y sub 2, the distance between these 2 points can be computed using the equation. This is called the distance formula right here. D stands for distance is equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Again, this x sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 2, y sub 1 are these ones that we have over here. Okay, so let's jump into this first example. The distance between the 2 points A, 10 and negative 7, 2 is 13. What is the value of A? So we're supposed to use this equation to find for A. So the first step that we are going to do is to label the given points as x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. So once we label them, step 2 is to plug this into the equation that we have over there. 13 is equal to, that is the square root of, x sub 2 is negative 7. So I write negative 7 minus x sub 1 is a, and that is squared, and then that is plus y sub 2 is negative 2, and then y sub 1 is 10. So that's gonna be minus 10 squared. So then we can simplify this one right here. So that would be 13 is equal to, okay, so for this part right here, I am going to show the area model in order that we can simplify this. You can use FOIL for this or area model. There's another video that talks about how to find a binomial, a square of a binomial using area model and FOIL method. I will put the link of those video in the description box below. So in this example, in this problem right here, we have that's gonna be negative 7 and then negative a, negative 7 and negative a. That's what negative 7 minus a squared. So that means there are 2 of them. So I wrote 2 of them right here and we're multiplying them. So this would come out 49, and then this is 7a. This is going to be another 7a, and this is a squared because you have a, negative a times negative a is a squared. These are all negatives, so it will come out positive. Okay, so then we can go ahead and simplify this to be 13 is equal to, this whole thing is going to come out. That's going to be a squared plus 14a plus 49. So that's the one that we write over here instead of writing negative 7 minus a squared. So this whole thing will come out a squared plus 14a plus 49. And then again, this is not squared anymore because we already squared it. And then that's a plus negative 2 minus 10 is negative 12 squared. So then we can simplify this as 13 is equal to the square root of, this is going to be 144. So we can go ahead and say that's a squared plus 14a plus 49 plus 144. Again, this is positive because you have negative 12 times negative 12 is a positive 144. So then from here we can add these two together. So we can combine this. These are like terms. So then this would come out 13 is equal to the square root of, that's going to be a squared plus 14a. Adding these two together, that would come out 193. So that would be 193. So then we want the we want to get rid of the square root. The antidote of square root is squared. That means we are going to square both sides. I'm going to square the 13 as well. So square root and squared gets crossed out. So we are left with 13 squared is 169 is equal to a squared plus 14a plus 193. So then from here, we want to use the zero product property. So that means we are going to subtract 169 from both sides. So I'm just going to show the work up here. So we are, so I'm just going to rewrite that. 169 is equal to a squared plus 14a plus 193. We use the zero product property. That means we make this side equal to 0. so that we can solve for A. So that would be minus 169 from both sides, minus 169. So then we can go ahead and cross the 169 out. So we're left with 0 is equal to A squared plus 14A plus, this is gonna be 193 plus 169 is gonna be 24. So it's gonna be 24 right here. So then we can simplify this. I'm gonna show the work down here. We can simplify this trinomial right here. Okay, so again, what are we doing is I will simplify this up here. So I'm going to show the work here. We will use the box and diamond. Remember, for the box and diamond, we are going to multiply the first term and the last term. So multiply them together, and we are going to put that on top of the diamond. So that would be 24a squared. And then, so again, that's 24 times a squared is 24a squared. And then we have the middle term will be at the bottom. That's 14a. So we need to figure out what are the factors of 24 such that the sum is 14. So that would be 12. And then this is going to be, so this is going to be 2 right here. So that's the value that we got. So pretty much like 12a and 2a. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is to draw the box. So the box is going to look like this. So first we write the a squared here. That's the first term, a squared. And then we write the last term, which is 24. And then we are going to write these two red factors that we got anywhere here. So that would be 12a and 2a. So then the factors that we have would be a, and then this would be 2. So that makes sense because we have a times 2 is 2a, and then the factor here would be 12. So that if you have 12 times a is 12a, 12 times 2 is 24. So these are our factors. So that's going to be a plus 12 and a plus 2. So then we can go ahead and say that this is equal to 0 is equal to, again, we can already break this down into its factor. Two factors, a squared plus 14a plus 24. We got it here. So that would be a plus 12, and that is a plus 2. Using the zero product property, we equal them to 0. So that means that would be a plus 12 equals 0. So that would be net minus 12, minus 12 from both sides. So we are left with a is equal to negative 12. So that is the first value of a. And then the other value of a would be a plus 2 equals 0. So that would be a minus 2 and minus 2. So then our other value for a is, that's going to be negative 2. So these are the two values of a. So then we can go ahead and say that the answer that we can have right here, so this a can be negative 12 and it can also be negative 2. So pretty much from this answer that we got here, we can write our solution to be the distance between negative 12 and 10 and 7 and negative 2 is 13. So that's what I did was I plugged in the negative 12 to a. So pretty much what we got here is this. So that's going to be negative 12 and 10 and negative 7 and negative 2. The distance is 13. And then the other case is negative 2. So I put in the a right there, negative 2. And then 10 and then negative 7 and 2. The distance is still 13. So both of these points will have a distance of 13. These 2 points will have a distance of 13. Now, I'm going to explain graphically why do we get 2 answers here. Because others are going to say, how did you get 2 answers? Like, is it only 1 answer for this? Okay, let's draw this graphically to better understand why is it that there are 2 values of a that we can solve in the problem that we just did on the first slide. So let's graph, or let's put this dot here, negative 12 and 10. So negative 12 all the way up to 10. So it's going to be right here. So this is negative 12 and 10. The other point is negative 7, negative 2. So negative 7. And then this is negative 1. And then negative 2. So negative 7, negative 2. So this is the other point right here. And then the other point is negative 2 and 10. So that's going to be negative 2 all the way to 10. So it's going to be right here. Now notice this one. We have solved that the two values of A are this. That's the A, and this is the A. And this makes sense because if we look at this picture that we have here, if we drop a line from this point all the way here, so that is from this point all the way here, the distance again for this is 13. And then we can actually test this because if we draw a if we are going to draw a triangle for this and prove it using the Pythagorean theorem, so we can actually drop a line there and drop a line right here, which is a right angle. And this one right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 units. And this one right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 units. Now, if we use the Pythagorean theorem for this, which is 13 squared is equal to 12 squared plus 5 squared. We're not sure of that yet. So that is 169. Is that equal to 144 plus 25? So 169 is equal to 169, which means that the distance between these 2 points would be 13, and we have proven that using the Pythagorean theorem. And then the same thing for the other side as well. So this is the distance that we're talking about, which is 13. So this one is 13. Now let's see if this is 5 and this is 12. So we can do that by let's see, by dropping a line right here. So this is the line and this is the other line right here. So let's see if this is 5 and 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from here we go again. This is a right triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so if we use the Pythagorean theorem, both sides are equal. This means that the distance between these 2 points would be 13. And the distance between these 2 points would still be 13. That's it. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!